Welcome back. If you've been anywhere near Lady Bird Lake, you've probably seen folks on those stand-up paddle boards. They've become the latest craze, but they can also be a great way to get some exercise. So joining us today is Cody Butler. He's a trainer from HEAT Bootcamp to show us how it's done, and you've brought your volunteer, Dale Rogers, here with you. So you're not moving very fast on the water when you're on these things. Why has it become so popular?
Well, I think Austinites have such a connection with the outdoors, and here we have is a unique thing that's totally creative. It's a great way to get an exercise in. It's a great way to be outside. So I think it's really caught on the past 2 years quite a bit.
Absolutely. You can just see them if you're running on the trail. You see them on the water. And you wonder how they got out there. So show us how you get started getting on the board and kind of standing up.
Sure. Well, Dale's going to walk us through how you get up on the board, and then at the end we're going to talk about some really creative exercises to work your core and your whole body.
Perfect. All right, let's go. Get us started. We've got our board down here on the floor.
Okay.
So how do you start?
Well, first off, actually, before you kneel down there real quick, I'm going to show you the paddle. You got to get a paddle first, and for the correct height, you want it maybe 8 inches above your height, or to be able to comfortably put your hand on top of it.
Okay.
So that's about right for Cody. I'm a little bit taller.
Okay.
I'm 5'10".
So once you get your paddle, you always want to start kneeling down on the board, especially if you're near a dock or something. It's just a little safer. So you lay the paddle across the board.
Okay.
And then just go ahead, put your hands and kneel on it.
So what is this handle right here?
Yeah, there's a little handle right in the middle that'll give you a good
grip.
To carry it around, yes. It also gives you a good measuring point. So that's the balance of the board.
Okay.
So you want your knees or your feet right over the top of it.
Okay.
So you're going to kneel
on your knees.
If you're unstable or a little uncomfortable, you can always paddle around on your knees like that.
Okay.
But otherwise, once you get going, put your hands down and just cautiously stand on up.
Okay.
That's much easier than in the water.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it kind of teeters back and forth, and then you're kind of using your stabilizing muscles to hold your balance.
To get up. It's kind of like working on a Bosu ball. But a really big Bosu ball.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Right. So when I get on the board, Dale, I'm assuming I'm going to take my hand up here.
Right, so you're going to put one hand over the top on the handle, the other one spread apart pretty good like you have it. And then if you're paddling on the left side of the board, you're going to have your right hand on top and the left hand towards the water.
Okay.
And then while you're paddling, you're also going to have to switch sides occasionally, 3 or 4 strokes each side. So you just switch your hand position.
Right.
So switch to the right side, your right hand spread down towards the water, left hand's on top of the paddle.
Now, I've noticed it can be confusing on which side you actually turn.
Yeah, because it is angled.
Yeah.
So we sticker our paddles so you can see it, but you actually paddle with the back of the blade. So it's the sticker should be facing forward.
Okay.
And this is one of the most common mistakes we see.
Just pulling in.
But yeah, sticker forward, back of the blade in the water.
It's kind of like I'm pulling myself forward, planting the paddle in, pulling forward, just kind of really keep that core engaged the whole time.
So now you're up on the board, you're out in the middle of the water. What are we working here? What muscles are we working?
Well, if I'm boarding properly, I've got my knees slightly bent, my core is engaged, so as I rotate, I'm keeping my pelvic forward as I twist through and come around.
Okay.
So I've got a lot of engagement in my core, also in my shoulders. Now, if we want to be more creative, after about 30 to 45 minutes of boarding, my legs start to get a little tired, so I like to come down to the board. So I'm going to kind of walk you through some great exercises.
We've got about 30 seconds. So
very easy. You can do push-ups on your board. Again, you're going to have a lot of instability as you're going through your push-up. I can take it here to my side planks, assuming I don't fall off by this point. Reaching up.
I'd end up in the water on that move.
Tap out, touch the water. Then I can come all the way down, flip it over. Now again, I'm going really quickly through this, otherwise I would have already landed in the water, tapping the paddle side to side, getting a lot of core rotation in there. And I can finish it off with some full sit-ups. Now again, these are a lot easier on dry land compared to when you're in the water.
Absolutely. You're constantly concentrating on your balance while you're doing all of this. And there are classes available for this type of workout, right?
From regular boot camp classes to yoga classes, you can pretty much do almost a full workout on the board.
Yeah, have a lot of fun.
Not for beginners, but once you've got the hang of it.
That's right. Take it slow.
That's right.
All right, don't forget your sunscreen either, because you're out on that lake and it can get hot. So thanks so much for being with us today, guys. Great workout on the stand-up paddleboard.
Thank you.